Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky15, and in this video I'll be giving you my Lucky 15 predictions for tomorrow's horse racing action. As usual on the channel, before we get stuck into those selections, we just want to reflect on how today's runners ran. It was not a bad day for us again, continuing the relatively good form. It all started off over at Navan with a horse for Aidan O'Brien and Jamie Heffernan called Fantasy. Ran very disappointingly in the end, was a little bit of a head scratcher, was prominent but then really couldn't find anything when being asked under pressure, and in the end finished in round about 5th place, so that was a disappointing start for the day. However, then it did start to pick up and we had a really nice winner for my favourite jockey Biranghi Frost and Jack Barber. It was a really good commanding performance pretty much from the front for a lot of the way. It was always handy and prominent, and just really when the race fell apart for it, it picked up the pieces. Was getting a little bit tired in the final stages but managed to cling on, and it was a nice ride by Biranghi Frost, and I managed to tip that up at 7-2 for you last night, so I hope some of you were on that selection. Our other two selections were really frustrating. Zabil Prince for Karen McClintock and Jamie Gormley finished in 2nd place in the end. It was a photo finish. I thought he was just going to get up and just win by maybe a neck or so, but in the end he just couldn't quite get his head in front. But it was a good performance by that horse. And then our other selection at Kempton nearly won again for Oisin Murphy and Simon Dow. I thought he was going to turn up and win the race coming into the home straight, but he was matched eye to eye by West Coast Flyer, and in the end our selection could only just finish in 2nd place, just missing out on the victory. So even though, yes, we only had one winner today, at least our other two runners ran some good races for us. And fantasy, you're always going to get that. You're always going to get odd selections that are normally pretty shockingly bad, but that's the way it goes, and that's racing. But hopefully we can continue the good form we've been in over the last week or so into tomorrow's selections. And to kick us off, we go to Ripon for the 440 tomorrow, and we're going with a horse here called Saint Diana. 11-2 is the best odds I've seen out there at the moment, trained by the powerhouse that is William Haggis. He's been in really good form at the start of this season so far. Good experienced jockey Joe Fanning booked for the ride. Now I thought this horse was really interesting. It's by a Japanese sire called Heart Cry, and this sire had a runner at Goodwood when I was there a couple of weeks ago for the same trainer, William Haggis, and it was a horse called Heart of Grace, and it really drifted in the market that day. It was the one that I was really interested in reading about in the notes, but I didn't do it in the end, and I was really gutted because it was about 5-1 when I went in the morning to Goodwood, and then when I was on course it drifted out at 10-1, and I couldn't believe it, and I thought, no, I wouldn't do it. And then in the end, what did it do? It came in and won and ran really nicely at the end, and it's got the same kind of profile as that horse tomorrow, Saint Diana, so I thought tomorrow it could go really well. I think they probably planned it as well to run in this race because they would have had options elsewhere to throw it in, and they must think it's got a good opportunity tomorrow of winning first time out. William Haggis can do that as well, especially with his young horses, and I'm going to back it to do so tomorrow. And I thought in the 440 at Ripon it could maybe get us off to a good start. We then go over to the Leopardstown fixture tomorrow in the evening over the Irish Sea, and we go to the 6:15 where they've got a very good race meeting on tomorrow, and we're going with a horse here called Bond Street. 11-8 is the best odds I've seen at the moment, trained by Aidan O'Brien and his son Donacho O'Brien, who's been in terrific form this year already, winning obviously the 2000 Guineas and then the Epsom Oaks last week, which we had with Forever Together. He's been riding really well. Now this horse has been a little bit frustrating for a few people the last few times, but it's been running really well. Been unlucky, you could say. It ran a good race last time when it just finished behind Joseph O'Brien's horse Medal of Honour in 2nd place, and I thought they found it a more easier opportunity tomorrow. I thought it was a more easier task, and I thought for me he could be a banker bet tomorrow and is the one you probably want to be with, so that's going to be the selection in the 6:15. We then go to the 7:05 at Sandown with a horse called George Villiers. This one is round about 13-8, best odds I've seen at the moment, trained by the top stable that is John Gosden. James Doyle, top rider, booked for the ride. This horse won really well last time we saw it in the winter last year at Kempton, where the form of that has worked out quite well. It beat Joseph O'Brien's horse Medal of Honour that we just touched upon, so it's beaten some useful horses, and I thought it was thrown in tomorrow off a reasonable handicap mark, and I thought really tomorrow, if it can show the potential that it's already done so far, it could be really hard to beat, and he could be one that gets smashed into tomorrow. So I thought George Villiers in the 7:05 at Sandown could be a good thing tomorrow. tomorrow. We then go for the 7:55 tomorrow at Leopardstown, and this looked a really good race. And you might have to pronounce my pronunciation here, or I apologise for my pronunciation here, I should say. It's a horse called Carlo Biranghi, I think you say it, something like that. It's trained by Fozzie Stack, and Chris Hayes is booked for the ride. This team normally do really well together. They get quite a few winners, and this horse won really impressively at the Curragh last time out on its debut, beating the market's favourite at the moment, Giuseppe Garibaldi, by 8 lengths, which is trained by Aidan O'Brien. But that selection, Giuseppe Garibaldi, did go and frank the form of that race by winning last time out. So he did show a little bit of an improvement. But I thought at the prices, if this selection can run anywhere near its potential like it did last time at the Curragh, it could be a good one at the prices. It's 3-1 with bookmakers at the moment, and I'm going to be backing it up to get another win under its belt. So they're the selections for tomorrow's race, and hopefully we can continue the good form. For more horse racing betting videos, please subscribe to the YouTube channel here at Lucky15 if you haven't done so already. Also as well, go and check me out on Twitter as well. Also as well, check my workout on the punters page. I put 2 selections up for them today. That was Salix and Exaro, which both came in, and Exaro won at 12-1, so that was a nice selection there. And also as well, we're up in profit already for so far in the month of June, and we already have been in profit all year for them. So we've been doing really well over there, so go and check out my selections over there if you haven't done so already. So that's what I've got to say. Please gamble responsibly, and we'll be seeing you soon.